Hello everybody, welcome to another Vintage Cube video where, as usual, there are a lot of juicy options to start. Volcanic Island is probably the best pick. Blue-red's a great color combination, always nice to lead with a land like this. You could take Zytor's Proving Ground and try to wheel Maelstrom Pulse, but I think Volcanic Island is probably better. There's also Channel, which you can first pick. I don't like first picking Channel. You just like it's very inconsistent. It's good when it's good, but the games, even when it's good, it's not fun. You just like win and it takes no skill. So I don't think I'm gonna first pick it, although there's an argument for it for sure. There's also Urza's Saga, which is pretty good. I think you can definitely first pick this, but I'm gonna take the Volcanic Island here. Yeah, we'll take this and try to wheel like Scrapwork Mutt. Close pick. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different directions you can go there. All right, so if we take Enchantment, we could take Ulamog, but instead we'll definitely take Mana Drain, which is great. I'm very, very happy with this start. Yeah, you don't often get past this card. We are pretty confident that the person to our left did not take a blue card, so hopefully that means we can get some more good stuff down the road. I would love to wheel Fiery Confluence, but I think that's unlikely. I'll take a note though. This is an interesting pack because there will probably be one player playing red. Well, okay, if no red card comes around, that's not great, and that means red is probably getting cut. If Goblin Guide comes around, then mono red, like the sort of red aggressive lane is open, and that's not great either because we're probably not going to want that in our mana drain deck. We're really hoping that someone's playing like all out red aggro and they're thrilled with this Goblin Guide and they're passing us the Fiery Confluences. But either way, we're taking the mana drain. Ooh, okay. So Arid Mesa versus Preordain. Very close pick. You know I love fixing, but I think I'm actually taking Preordain here. That's a great pickup. Also helps us to cut blue. This is kind of mana fixing as well. Like, if you have a blue mana, Preordain can often find you whatever other color you need. Yep, sorry, Arid Mesa. I would take Arid Mesa over most stuff here, like, Thirst for Discovery, whatever. Basically, any card other than a 1 mana cantrip, a 2 mana counterspell, or like a truly broken card. I would take Arid Mesa over that, but 1 mana cantrip made that short list. Wow, okay, Mana Leak, perfect. I think I like Mana Leak better than Memory Lapse, although they're both pretty good. Shelldock Isle is an option as well, but not quite on the same level. We could be in a Tali deck if we get, well, if Channel Wheels, well, actually not even. But if we got like a sneak attack, that's one direction we could go. But we'll take the Mana Leak for now. Love the start. This is like perfect. Now we'll just take Jace, sure. There's a couple pretty good white cards, so if we take in the Arid Mesa, that would be a consideration. But yeah, let's just take the Jace. Jace can out. So when you compare Jace and Snapcaster Mage, Snapcaster is much better with counter magic specifically because Jace can like you can only do it on your turn basically. So it's not as good for a instance. It's good with Preordain. It's good if we get like Time Walk or Ancestral. Not as good with these two, but still definitely a good pickup. We have no red right now, so we'll see. We might not even play red. We also could get some burn though. That would be a great thing to pick up. Hmm. Okay. No blue in this pack. There's one red card that's kind of bad. There's also Snuff Out, which is great. I think I'm going to take that here. Could be Grixis, could also just be blue-black, but 0 mana removal spell is really, really nice. And we're not missing out on much. I mean, I guess Lava Claw reaches if we do want to be Grixis, but let's just take this. Okay, here we see a lot of options. Colonnade if we want to go into white. Sheoldred Edict if we want to stay in black. And Oliphant. And I think Oliphant's the one I'm going to go with. Hopefully we get to the point where this will add black too. But yeah, this is great fixing. Also fills the graveyard for Jace. I do like Sheoldred Edict a lot, but if we're playing black and red, we should be able to get pretty good removal. Okay, I'll take a Brainstorm here. There's also Bonfire, which could be good. Leyline Binding, which could be good depending on how our final build looks. But I like Brainstorm a lot. It's better with more fetch lands. It's also so it's great with Oliphant, but we would like to get like few more shuffle effects. Okay, interesting. So white is looking decent. Could take Goblin Engineer. I think I'm going to take Reprieve. We might not play it. It depends. We pass Colonnade, but if we get like tons of late white stuff, we could. So this is kind of an interesting decision point. We could take Cathar Commando if we want to move towards white, or Chupacabra if we want to move towards black. I think this plays well with our counter magic. Honestly, white looks super open. I think we should pivot towards this. I regret now not taking the Colonnade. We'll take Creeping Tar Pit here. I mean, now what do we do? We want to play green? I don't think so. We'll take this. So we're not actually getting the super late white stuff. So maybe we don't actually play white. Let's take Gifts Ungiven, I think, which could be good. Lava Claw Reaches Wield, that's nice. So, alright, I'm beginning to think we're just going to be Grixis. Yeah, we have some decent white stuff on the board, but nothing crazy good. We have no fixing for white, and we do have good fixing for Grixis. We're base blue for sure. I mean, this is the base of our deck right now, and it's great. We'll see where we can go from there. Okay, so there's a Hallowed Fountain if we want to do white. There's Spirebluff Canal if we want to do red. There's Seasoned Pyromancer just as a good card. Could take Consider, of course. Could take Ketria Triome. Hmm. Could also take Click. It really just depends on what colors we want to end up playing. I'm leaning towards the Spirebluff Canal. I realize like we don't really have red cards at the moment. Maybe it's supposed to be Hallowed Fountain. We do have more white cards than any other color. Honestly, I think we're supposed to take Hallowed Fountain. Very close pick. Of course, if I'm taking Hallowed Fountain, I wish I took Colonnade. But like, yeah, I think white is just more open than our other colors. We have more fixing for the other colors, but like these two cards are genuinely great. They also play well together. I think I'm gonna take the Hallowed Fountain. Very close pick. So we could be four color. We could also just pick two of them basically. I think I'm gonna take Bribery here. Bribery is just a broken card. Very, very powerful. Yeah, let's do that. Ooh, Teferi and Ragavan. So this is kind of the decision point. I think Ragavan is actually better than Teferi. Teferi is much more splashable though for base blue. And it plays really well with all our 2 mana interaction. Yeah, I think it's actually Teferi here. I love Ragavan for sure. Also, Demonic Tutor and Reanimate look good. But yeah, I think Teferi is actually the pick. Doing a little blue-white. Love to see it. We'll take a Karakas here over Spell Pierce. I love Karakas too. But, alright, I love Spell Pierce too. But we already have solid counter magic, and Karakas is just perfect. Very, very good interactive card. Hopefully we can wield the Vendilion Click. Okay, we're seeing some Reanimator stuff going around. Could take it, but I don't think that's what I want to do. I'm leaning towards taking, I mean, we could take Chandra, could take Thirst for Discovery, could take Wall of Omens. I think I actually like Thirst here. Yeah, we're kind of trying to play at instant speed. Yeah, I think a little bit of card draw will go a long way. We do need some removal pretty badly. Here we do see Fork Bolt and Toxic Deluge. There's also Talisman and Mother, we're not really Mother of Runes deck. Mm, honestly, I want to take the Deluge. A little bit tough on the mana, but I think we can get there. Yeah, let's take this. Wow, late Archon. Could take Airtie. Could take Rolling Earthquake. I think I'll take the Airtie and set up to be potentially Esper. We'll see about red. We might be able to play. We might just like not even play red, but still play Oliphant. Funnily enough, we could also just take the Rolling Earthquake, which is good. But let's take the Airtie. It plays well with an instant speed game plan. Okay, a lot of options here. I think we want to take Blackleaf Cliffs. Dark Confidant and Ledger Shredder are kind of tempting. Actually, wait. Let's take Elspeth. Yeah, we're an Elspeth deck. Okay, Spiral Canal wield. So did this though. So let's see. If we just cut red, I mean, the thing is, our fixing is pretty bad for Esper. But I do really want Click. I think Click is actually worth taking here with Karakas already. Having Click plus Airtie really gives us a nice angle of attack. Okay, we wield Treachery. There's also Hard Evidence, but I think Treachery is better. Alright, the mana base is a train wreck here, but the spells are powerful. We'll take Condemn. Good pickup. We're not playing Deadly Dispute. I'll take Fiery Islet in case we end up playing red. So, yeah, if we really need some help with the mana. Damnation's a great pickup. Okay, I think we're solidly Esper. We're, like, not playing red, probably. Unless we get a lot of fixing in pack 3, which would be amazing. The deck looks very good, though. A lot of counter magic, a lot of card draw, removal, good threats, some, like, just power level stuff. So, definitely good. Alright. Cannot complain with the mocks. These lands would both be pretty nice as well. But yeah, pretty easy mocks. That's awesome. Remand would be great as well, of course. What are we hoping to wheel here? Maybe, like, I get the Soul Cauldron to the board. But it's fine. We'll just take the Mox Pearl and be happy about it. If we just cut the black, we have okay. I mean, you don't need that much fixing for a blue-white deck. But I really don't want to cut black unless we get a lot of removal this pack. Basically, we either need to get black fixing or white removal to make this deck viable. Okay, there's Get Lost, which is removal. There's also Touch the Spirit Realm, which is removal. Trinket Mage can find Mox Pearl, so we could take Trinket Mage, try to wheel Ballista. Could take Get Lost, And then there's Restless Bivouac if we want to splash white, or splash red. We still don't have any red cards, though. Interesting, interesting. I think I'm gonna take Get Lost. 2 mana, killing a Planeswalker. Yeah, I think that's pretty nice. And we're just gonna not play red and be okay with that. Okay, couple lands here. Definitely need to take one. Which one is better? Hard to say. Probably Seagram Coast though, because we are definitely base blue-white. We might not even play black. And we also want our black sources to be swamps ideally for Snuff Out. Also, I think Dark Slick Shores is slightly more likely to wheel because someone took Colonnade, but like we got a pretty late Airtide Resurrected. Love getting Seagram Coast there. Okay, wow. So Palace Jailer is broken. Force of Negation is broken. Bloodstained Mire gets Volcanic Island. So it gets blue and black. Honestly, I think we got to take the Mire here. As much as I love both of these cards, neither one's likely to wheel, unfortunately. We could wheel Talisman of Progress, maybe, but I think we should take the Bloodstained Mire. And now we can play this. And now, okay, so Sacred Foundry, but also Rogran Triome and Subtlety. Lots of options here, but I think I like taking the Rogran Triome. And now Oliphant is actually a good fixing, even though we're not playing red. Oh, wow, that's a Watery Grave. Love that. Okay, the mana's coming together well here in pack 3. A lot of considerations here, a lot of things that would be fine, but we'll definitely take the Watery Grave. There's a Steam Vent, so we can just play red, but the thing is we have no red cards. We have like a completely free red splash, but just no reason to do it. I don't think any of these, like these cards are fine, but not that exciting. Malcolm is pretty good actually, but I kind of like taking this. I mean, maybe not. Maybe there's just no reason to. Yeah, I guess I'll take Malcolm. Malcolm is good. And I like having instant speed threats to play with all of this other stuff. Ooh. Okay. Scrubland versus Jace. That's very tough because they're both great, but I'm leaning towards Scrubland here. We have a bunch of playables. Jace is good, but like we need fixing. I guess Gifts is bad. Let's cut the cards we don't want to play. Thirst for Discovery gets worse whenever we add more non-basics, but I think it's still good. Yeah, I think we need this land to make our mana work. Whoa, was not expecting to wheel this. So, still, yeah, we're just not playing red. We're playing Oliphant to find Volcanic Island or Rogran Triome. So I don't think we need to play this, but there's nothing else that does anything for us. So I guess I will still take this land in case we get like a really late, like Otari maybe we could wheel. Okay, Infernal Grasp is a great late pickup. We are a little light on removal. Force of Negation, also a great late pickup. There's Sacred Foundry. This is the freest red splash ever for a deck that's not playing red. This gives us an untapped white source to find. I think I would rather just take a March, though. March is another good removal spell. Okay, so we're playing Esper. Oliphant fixes a little bit. We only have 2 red sources, so there will be some situations where we draw them both, but in that case, we can just play Oliphant, which is fine. Gotta make some cuts. Every single one of our 2-drops is an instant except for Jace, which does make Jace quite a bit worse actually, but still a good card to play. I like Thirst for Discovery because we're a bit light on card draw. I definitely like the cantrips. I think I like playing 2 board sweepers. Definitely like the Airtie. I want Treachery and Bribery in the main deck. Man, it's gonna be tough to make some cuts here. Maybe it's Jace. I mean, yeah, we really don't want to tap out on turn 2. And playing Jace is like not as good if you play it later in the game. Weird to cut this card. It's not good with Condemn. It's good with Preordain, Brainstorm, Get Lost, Infernal Grasp, like our sweepers, and Thirst for Discovery. I guess Bribery. So it does flashback a lot of things. I don't think we want to do it though. The other consideration is we could splash red just for 2 man lands, which is kind of interesting. That means that our mana base is a little bit clunkier. We're going to have to play, like right now we're only playing 2 tapped lands, and we would have to play 4 tapped lands plus a pain land. Maybe that's not worth it. We also definitely need at least one more cut. Maybe we don't play Damnation in the main deck. I think double black could be a bit tough, and we ended up getting some removal late, so one sweeper should be fine. We could play 16 lands with this mana base. Let's see how our fixing would be. So heaviest blue, then white. Pretty big drop off to red or to black. So if we did this, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 blue. That's totally fine. Could go to 11, but I do want to have a lot of blue. We have like, mana drain stuff. For white, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That seems fine. I think that's okay. Like we have only double white card is Elspeth. And then for black, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, this doesn't get black, so 5. That's kind of bad for black. I think we might actually need to do this. Oh, nice. We can add the island back. I think I'm going to do this for game 1. If we play a control mirror match, we'll bring in the manlands. But I think for game 1, I'm going to hedge against aggro a little bit by playing it like this. If we bring in Damnation, we'll probably need to bring in another black source. But yeah, this looks pretty sweet. Esper Control, got a lot of counter magic, got a board sweeper, got some planeswalkers. We also have a really good Karakas package with Vendilion Click, Airtie, and Malcolm, which are all instant speed cards that play really well with Karakas. Karakas is like okay with Jace, but that's not super exciting. So yeah, we'll run this. Some Esper Cheons. Very excited to see how this goes. See you in round 1. Alright, we are on the draw for round 1 against Luckerdog. Little bit of a clunky hand. 5 lander is a lot, but I think it is a keep. And I think I'm going to hold the Rogan Triumph to cycle. Remember that we're not playing red. We just have this for the Oliphant, so we have all our colors. This is our second white source if we need that, but I think we're fine. Oh man, don't love drawing another land. Thirst for Discovery looking pretty nice. Because we have Thirst, we do want to hold basics in our hand. Oh, geez. Well, that's pretty bad. Yeah, I mean, if we can get up to 5 mana, we can take that with Treachery and go off, but that's going to deal a lot of damage. Essentially deal 6 damage a turn. So we're gonna play this and block next turn and then kill their thing. Mana leak, okay. I think we can beat the Shieldred if they do nothing else, but if they have like a counterspell for our Treachery, it's certainly over. So we're gonna block this, kill their Mana Crypt, then draw, go down to 10. Could also top deck a removal spell or Mox Pearl. Mox Pearl will be our best draw by a lot. Okay, no play, untap. Another land is bad. We're gonna pass. We're gonna take 4 down to 6. Then we're gonna draw down to 4. Then we're gonna go for the Treachery. We should not cycle this. I mean, we could do that to be mana efficient, but I don't want to go to 2 here. I'm very scared of this island. I was hoping they were gonna play something. Okay. Interesting. That is maybe better. Well, I mean, we're losing to a counterspell either way, so let's go for the higher upside play. If this resolves, we're in a phenomenal position. Pass with, I think we would just pass. We could also go for Bribery, but I think it's better to hold up Rogan Triumph to cycle and gain life plus Mana Leak. Or even March. Please work. Uh-oh. Okay, that is fine, actually. That's fine. I'm going to take out their thing in our upkeep. Alright, exile. Airtie Resurrected. Okay, we will sequence this. I was not expecting to need all of our lands, but we drew a bunch of gas. So shields are down here, but we have a great hand. If they can't kill us right now, I like our spot. They can flip this now, and it will be an almost lethal attacker, which is a bit scary. Oh, they don't go for it. Interesting. So, a lot of options here, but I think I like just going for bribery with Mana Leak up. Yeah, let's play bribery. I'm surprised they didn't flip this. That presumably means they have some form of interaction, but we get to hold up Mana Leak now. What are we hoping to hit here? I mean, I guess like Atraxa. Hit Atraxa, fine. Oh, whoa. Okay, so they do have some beefy stuff. What do they have going on here? Craziness. Do I? Let me see. This was a crazy deck. Look at I'll show you this quickly. So this is the deck I had last night. We had Seasoned Dungeoneer, Palace Jailer, Custodial Lich, Fourth Air Lingus. So we had four different cards that made you either become the Monarch or take the initiative. And then we coupled that with like Orcish Bowmasters, Fire Covenant, Kolaghan's Command, like tons of cheap like instant speed threats and removal, and we could just always be the Monarch. And yeah, it was a sweet deck. Definitely, yeah, got the trophy. It was a good one. We will screenshot this. So they're playing Soul Ring and Mana Crypt, which is scary. They have some reanimation stuff. They have Persist, Flash with Worldspine Worm. Okay, a lot of stuff going on here. Question is, do we want to take Primus or Worldspine? Probably Worldspine. We don't see any answers to it here. Yeah, let's take this. Pass with Mana Leak up. I don't know if they think they can do this at instant speed, but they cannot. Okay, they're trying to wait. Okay, deal 2 damage and create a treasure token. We need to counter this because otherwise this has mana, so this would kill us. But we are still dead to them having a burn spell that costs 1 or 2 mana. Key moment here. They need to kill us right now. If we get to untap, we win. Flip this. Yep, they can take one of our things, but we have 2 things that are really good. They tap their red mana, which is great to see. But if they take Airtight, we actually can't necessarily attack with the Worldspine. Ooh, that is a good one. So we kind of want to draw land here. Okay, nice. So let's go land. I'm going to go for this main phase. Or go for Teferi, tuck this. And if they counter this, then we need to leave back the Worldspine, which would be bad. But this way, we get to tuck this. Hit for 15. And then click them in their draw step. And we're dead to an instant speed burn spell, but we can beat a lot of stuff here. Crazy game. If we're able to beat turn 2 Shieldred on the play, that would be pretty nice. Oh, actually, we were on the play. If they were on the play and they played turn 2 Shieldred. Oh, no, I think they were on the play. Let's see. Yeah, they were. Turn 2 Shieldred on the play, no problem. What you got? Nothing that wins the game. So basically, do we want to take their Bank Buster or not? I don't think we do. They can spend 4 mana on that, and I would rather them have to use the mana. So if their top card is a 1 or 2 mana burn spell, okay, they cracked the Peatland, sure. Got there. All right, crazy. So they're playing a weird deck. They have like Flash shenanigans, Atraxa, a lot of wild stuff going on. So Damnation is good against Worldspine Worm. Crazy deck. I'm not sure exactly how we want to sideboard against this. Like, Shallow Grave, Persist, Flash. Are there ways to cheat things into play? Bribery looks good in this matchup for sure. Okay. And they have Atraxa, of course. All right, I think I don't need some of the, like, well, if we had, like, well, maybe this removal all is actually good. Yeah, I kind of do want all of this removal. Do we want Damnation? I don't think so. Mox Pearl's weak against Dak Faden, but still definitely worth playing. Treachery seems great. Bribery's great. I want the Planeswalkers. Yeah, I think I'm just going to run it back. Dark Commando seems good. Yeah, let's run it back. Okay, we can keep this because of Oliphant. Just going to grab Jeskai Land on turn 1 off Mox Pearl. I mean, we could also hold up Mana Leak on turn 1, but I think I would rather go for the Oliphant. It's like a little bit riskier. I mean, they could always have Flash, but I still think it's worth it to just set up our mana. Still going to do this. Actually, no, we don't need to do that anymore. Yeah, we can just hold up Mana Leak now. Oh, we should have played Volcanic Island there for sure. Whoops. With Thirst for Discovery in our hand. Abrade. I will counter this. Not 100% sure on it, but I think it's worth it. Okay. So the question is, do we want to play Thirst for Discovery or just cycle Oliphant? I think I'm going to cycle Oliphant this turn. I would like to get value out of Thirst for Discovery. Yeah, once again, pretty significant misplay that we played Volcanic Island instead of that we played Island instead of Volcanic Island on turn 1. We wanted more volcanoes. Duretti. Okay, that's marginally annoying. Not disastrous, but not great. Cathar Commando, interesting draw. So they can Duretti to kill our Cathar Commando, to kill our Mox Pearl. But in response, we can take out. I think I'm just gonna march their construct here. And then we can go for end of turn commando to try to kill this. I'm really working to protect my Mox Pearl here, which I think is correct with our hand. Okay, that doesn't do anything. Well, it does something. It actually protects their Duretti. Still think I like playing this. Maybe we're supposed to play Thirst. Actually, you know what? Let's play Thirst. We can't kill the thing either way, it's not that amazing. Okay, let's discard. Wow, those were not great hits. I was hoping to hit lands. Deluge for sure, and then I think Condemn. It's kind of close. Losing all the removal is maybe not amazing, but see if we can draw land. We cannot, although that's not a bad draw if we're going to draw a spell. We just pass, unfortunately. Not going to click them here. I would love to get a mana drain off. If we're able to mana drain something big, that would be a huge swing. So we'll take this 3. And if they just plus Duretti and pass, we can play 2 flash threats end of turn. Yeah, we'll play Cathar Commando. And play Malcolm. Creeping Tar Pit. Not a terrible draw, although it doesn't mean we can't play both of our things. Let's send this at Duretti. We could also go with their face to loot, but I kind of like my hand. And I do want to get this Duretti off the board eventually. Alright, we'll just pass. So they can sack this to kill one of our creatures. If they want. They don't go for it, though. Do I want to block their Voldaren Thrillseeker? I think so. Yeah, I mean, this is just flexible. It can kill anything, so if we just force them to choose what it kills, that's probably fine for us. They can, but then they can also kill our Malcolm, but then we have Click, so, or even Tar Pit if we can find a black source. Or just, like, draw land, slam Elspeth, maybe, depending on, like, Duretti obviously cannot keep pace with Elspeth. They take out our Mox Pearl, we're going to be stymied a little bit because we're also not going to have double white then, which would be kind of annoying. If they kill our Mox Pearl, but then we get mana drain and we have a ton of mana drain mana that we can't use for anything because we don't have double white, that would kind of suck. And that's definitely possible. So if we wanted to mitigate that, we could kill their construct in response to them minusing Duretti. But that just seems so weak. I don't know. I'm not really thrilled about that idea. That would mean Duretti has then traded with March and Cathar Commando, and it's still in play. Maybe that's just like the situation, though. Don't want to get too stuck in like trying to get good value and end up falling victim to the sunk cost fallacy. Interesting. Okay, they're going for our flyer. Fair enough. Not gonna. I mean, we could stop that, I guess, but we're not going to. Duretti goes to 1. They don't attack, and then they just pass. Okay, so we'll go for end of turn click. They can still protect their Duretti by blocking this and then sacking their Voldaren Thrillseeker to kill our click. Hoping to draw a swamp so we can animate Tar Pit, kill Duretti, still hold up mana drain. I don't think they had any counter magic that we saw, right? Yeah, no counters. Good to know. I don't really know what they're considering here. Airtie Resurrect. Oh, okay, sure. I feel fine about that, actually. Increases the chances of us hitting a land. Okay, so we can play Elspeth now. We cannot kill their Duretti, but we can play Elspeth. I think that's worth it. That lets us kill their Duretti. So now we have to decide. Oh, wait, we actually still can't even because they have this. Dang. Okay, in that case, pretty easy, Elspeth. Let's get a swamp here. Let's get black-white. That's actually perfect. That fixes all of our mana issues. And then shields are down. Do we want to offer a trade here? I think I will. Well, no. I would love to trade with the Voldaren Thrillseeker. I don't really want to trade with Airtie Resurrected, which is what it would be. So I think I'm going to leave my guy back to block. Happy that Airtie's already in play, so they might not be able to deal with this Elspeth too easily. Duretti just like doesn't do that much here. They can make a 1/1, but I'm not too worried about that. I guess the argument for trading is that then these soldiers are more likely to be able to get in. Yeah, maybe we were supposed to attack. I mean, leaving this back insulates us against some artifacts. Like, it's nice if they have, like, Reckon or Bankbuster. But I guess they don't have many artifacts or enchantments. They could play Soul Ring, but, like... well, actually, they Mana Crypt and Soul Ring, but at this stage, I don't really care about either of those. I haven't seen this card in action too much, but it's been decent here. Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I really wish we had attacked with the Cathar Commander last turn and traded these two. Then we'd have a decent attack with the soldiers. And I just don't imagine Cathar Commando doing much better than trading with Airtie Resurrected this game. But even if they keep this ready for the rest of the game, we're very ahead. This is a key moment. If they pass, we get to hold up mana drain for their next big play. And I mean, it's certainly not over, but we'll be in a very good position. Okay, they hit the Elspeth for 3. Now we can kill Duretti, but this might mean another burn spell like Fire Ice. Oh, sure. That's hilarious. So they can back up onto the construct, and then, yeah, it comes in as a 1/1, so it doesn't get the things, but they can, yeah, back up onto their construct, and the construct gains the ability to sack to kill Elspeth this turn. Funny situation, but yeah, that's a good exchange for us. All right, untap. Not a good draw. Let's go for Creeping Tar Pit. We'll go Tar Pit at Duretti, Commando at face. Once again, if we attack last turn and kill this, we could hit them with all the soldiers. It would be much better. Looks like they do have a kill spell here. I don't really want to mana drain this. I think I'm going to let this go through. Yeah, Duretti is fine. We'll hold mana drain for something better. Maybe we should have sent Cathar Commando also at the Duretti though. But that does well. That just kind of force the trade, which again would be good. But yeah, I think this is fine. We'll just let them have Duretti. They can plus again. We can just send in everything at Duretti next turn and kill it. Actually, that doesn't necessarily kill it. Maybe this is worse than I was thinking. Yeah, and we actually have to mana drain this, or else they can just take it. So, and then they get a 3/4 with Menace. So really hoping to find something off the top. Obviously, I mean we have not a lot of action. We unfortunately had to discard some good stuff with Thirst for Discovery. Now we're a little out on card draw. Watery Grave is of course not good. If we send everything at Duretti, they block this. Yeah, that's not good. So we've made a couple blunders related to this Duretti that may end up coming back to bite us. We need to send all these here. Duretti goes to 2. Land, go. Yeah. Imperial Seal, interesting. I wonder what they're getting with that. If I could Imperial Seal for something, what would I get? Probably Big Teferi, maybe Airtie Resurrected. We've gone through a lot of our action though, to be honest. And this, yeah, oh man, really messed up by not killing this Duretti earlier. Like, yeah, the key turn, we could have sent this at Duretti and offered this trade, and like a long time ago. And if that had happened and this was off the board, our 1/1s would be so much better. Like this 3/2 has been very, very good this game. Man, that's just tough. We don't have any attacks. Every turn we're falling further and further behind as we just rip land after land. We like this is what we needed when we played Thirst for Discovery. We ended up discarding 2 spells, like, and now we're just finding all the lands. We have 16 lands in the deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 are accounted for. They go for Traxa. We'll see what they hit here, but we may have to settle this in game 3. So they get land, instant, creature, source, artifact. They can Shallow Grave Atraxa. Yeah, you got me, you got me. Interesting game. Maybe, I think we probably still would have lost. We could have killed the Duretti, but then we still wouldn't have killed them, and then this Atraxa thing probably would have gotten us. Do we want Jace? Maybe we do. It really helps to add consistency. The thing is, I like all my other cards a lot, but maybe Toxic Deluge is not actually good. Yeah, Toxic Deluge seems like it kind of sucks. Do we want to adjust our mana base since we're down to only 2 black cards? In fact, we could just cut black. No, I want Airtie actually. But I think I feel fairly comfortable cutting 1 swamp for 1 more island, maybe. Maybe we do want the swamp. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, we have tons of blue mana. I think it's fine like this. Oh, also, do we want the manlands here? Actually, this is a matchup where I think we do want to bring in these manlands, funnily enough. So we bring in these, we cut just 1 of each basic. Then we play no basic planes. I think that's fine, though. We don't have any need for basic planes. Yeah, I think I like this plan. Because these manlands are very relevant. Question is, do we want to play a 17th land if we're playing all these manlands? We have Mox and Oliphant, so that would be a lot of mana sources, but I think I actually do like that. I know we just lost a Mana Flood, but we're a lot less worried about Mana Flood if we have all these things. So now we have blue-black, black-red, and red-white manlands. I'm not going to worry about red sources, so what land do we want to add? For white, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Maybe 1 more white. Sure. Yeah, I think I like this plan. It's weird to die to Mana Flood and then bring in another land, but I think it is correct here because these mana lands are going to provide a lot of value. Okay, good hand. Definitely going to play Rogran Triome here instead of holding it to cycle when we have Malcolm, which can hopefully loot through our lesser lands. I also like that we have Force of Negation. That insulates us against some of their broken stuff. If they play turn 1 Mana Crypt or Soul Ring, will we force it? I think so, and we'll be sad about that, but we will do it. Okay? I'm just going to always hold my basics because of Thirst for Discovery. I don't think they have Wasteland. Lots of fancy lands here for both players. Duress. Okay, that resolves. They do take our force, which is not great, but we're likely to be able to start getting some Malcolm value going. And of course, this can, if we get up to 4 levels with this, it is really sweet. I love this card. It like loots the first 3 times you hit, and then the 4th time it just starts casting your big things for free. We're going to attack before playing land, of course, in case we find one of our man lands. Okay. Do not have black mana for either of these yet, so maybe we were supposed to discard one of our black cards, because if we draw like a couple big things in a row and then don't have a 5th land for Teferi, that would be pretty annoying. I think it's fine to discard 1 island, though. Killing my Malcolm. Yes, you are. Okay. It's not ideal, but it's fine. Hopefully we can find a swamp. Okay, they are likely to have their flash combo here. That's not great. If we draw swamp, we can airtie resurrected. And we'll actually, then we will just take out the trigger. We'll let the flash resolve, but then we would persist counter the trigger. I think. Maybe that's not true, though. Because if it's in the graveyard, then they can persist it back. I still think that's probably better, though. But again, that starts with drawing the swamp, which we don't currently have, and we don't have a ton of swamps in our deck. We also cut an untapped swamp for a tapped non-basic, and we cut Toxic Deluge, so if they make 3/5/5s, it's going to be very tough. Big draw here. We actually have a lot of outs, though. Any of our swamps, any of our untapped black sources, also any of our counter magic would do it, and we have a lot of counters. Hallowed Fountain would not do it. Oh, whoops. That was accidental, although maybe it's good for bluffing. You don't want to just jam your thing. Oh, they do. Oh, okay. Reckoner Bankbuster. So let's ponder. Start to pay a cost. Ponder. Okay, you got it. A little bit of Magic Online bluffing. Of course, they can just pass with their thing up. Ooh, okay, that is interesting. So the question is, like, how conservative do we play? If we just pass and hold up airtie, it's not that good of a position because they can just end of turn draw a card on tap, and then like as long as they have this in play, they can just like snowball value. So if we're trying to hold up 4 mana at all times, that's not great. The alternative is if we play Teferi and they play Flash in response and they have Worldspine Worm, we almost definitely die. We can untap 2 lands and play Infernal Grasp, but that would be a really bad position. I think it's too conservative to just pass, though. I'm going to go for the Teferi, the high upside play. If they have Atraxa, we can beat this. I think we can outgrind Atraxa fairly easily. So just do they have Worldspine. Plus... Here comes the Flash. We'll see what they have. Oh, let's go! I was really hoping they were just going to do that. That is amazing. Okay, so I guess they searched for Reckoner Bankbuster, maybe? That seems very underpowered. Airtie Resurrected, fair enough. And now they can crew this and attack for 4 if they want to, and then I'll just kill their thing. Reckoner Bankbuster is an okay draw. Do they go for this? They do. I think I'm happy about this. Infernal Grasp. We have March of Otherworldly Light to deal with their Lava Claw reaches. Fiery Islet. Do we want to plan on cracking an islet here? I think so, honestly. We have plenty of lands. We need some action. Holding this island to pitch to Thirst for Discovery, which we're hoping to find. Dak Faden. Interesting. I think I'm going to let that resolve, honestly. With that being said, I don't really want to take a bunch of hits from this Airtie Resurrected. Interesting. Pretty good cards there to discard. There's their Black Source, so they can go for Lava Claw Reaches. They don't attack. Okay, I'm just gonna. Well, I'll start with sacking this and then probably just untap. Oh, whoops. Well, tapped our only Black Source, so we have to untap. But I don't think I'd want to play Airtie there either way. Ooh, interesting. Do we want to put the shields down and just slam Elspeth? Seems fine, honestly. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for this. They might be able to kill the Elspeth. They also might. Oh well, yeah, they can't go for Flash right now. Yeah, let's do this. Good against Dak, good against Airtie, good against Lava Claw. And then next turn, we get to hold up our counter magic. Always a very interesting decision when, like, you have a bunch of interaction, you need to pick your turn where you establish your threat. And you're like, this is, if you don't deal with it right now, then I'll have my counter magic up. Of course, if you lose with counter magic in your hand that you could have held up, you feel bad. But that's, like, one of the core trade-offs of this style of matchup, which is just a very, very interesting decision, in my opinion. I think this is a good window to go for it. If they kill the Elspeth, then we untap and it's fine. If they the thing we just don't want is for them to put them into a lot of crazy combo. But even if they put world like a 3/5/5s into play, I mean Elspeth beats that. We can just minus the Elspeth. Interesting. Malcolm would have been kind of annoying. Although, well, I mean we have answers, but it's always interesting to see what they discard because like all four of these cards seem like reasonable cards for them to want, so they must have a pretty good hand. I do want to be somewhat cognizant of my life total because they are playing like Shieldred and Sunburn. Be shocked unnecessarily at one point, but it might have had some good bluff value. Unclear. A lot of mana over there. What 5-drop are you playing? I don't think we saw that many 5-drops. Oh. Well, that's quite bad. That's actually maybe worst case scenario and the max punishment for playing Elspeth last turn. Too bad. Okay, we'll just trade with our Airtie here. They have Shallow Grave in their deck, so they could Shallow Grave this back to kill our Elspeth. That wouldn't be great, but still definitely best to block here. I think we're still in okay shape. Yeah, I mean, see, that's the thing. Like, that land is actually a great draw, funnily enough. That's why we decided in the man lands for this matchup. I will hit the Dak Faden for 1. I don't care about Dak that much, but this actually is a situation where the ultimate could do something. Weirdly. Like, most of the time when you target something, you kill that thing, so this doesn't do that much. But if they had, like, a Fire Ice, they could fire to kill Elspeth, so I don't want that to happen. Okay, they discard Shieldred and Odawara. Interesting they discard Shieldred, although it makes sense because Elspeth kills it. And then they cast something big. Oh, interesting. Bribery, wow. A lot going on here. So they can bring back Airtie Resurrected or Aclazotz or Shieldred or our Airtie. Okay, so yeah, we're just going to go for Bribery for Worldspine Worm. Could take Atraxa, but I think Worldspine Worm is better in this spot because we just need to get him dead, kind of. Like, if we get Atraxa and then they bring back something and kill our Atraxa, we're not in great shape. Oh, they cut the Worldspine Worm. Okay, then we get Woodfall Primus and kill the Virtue. Yeah, I think we need to do that. Then we cannot kill the Dak. So the debate is, do we want to put him to 1 or just ignore him? I think I will actually put him to 1 here. Kind of close. Worth noting that if they kill this Woodfall Primus, they get it back. So that would be quite bad. Plus, pass. They need to top deck something this turn, though, because we have Elspeth Ultimate next turn. I mean, actually, it's not a top deck. They get 3 looks. Probably should have plus Dak Faden before conceding there, but take it. 1-0. See you in round 2. All right, we're on the play for round 2, which is great. Ooh. I mean, I'll keep. I don't like that we have no blue mana. We're very much a base blue deck, so that is unfortunate, but I still think this is a good hand. Turn 2 Commando plus Snuff Out is nice, and if we find an island in our first few draws, we're in great shape. We're also playing at least 12 islands, so pretty likely to find one pretty soon. There's a lot of things to consider when you're like deciding whether or not to mulligan a land light hand. So one thing is just the upside. Like if you hit the land, you win. Because if the upside is not that high, definitely mulligan. I've seen some hands where it's like, oh, like if we hit 1 or 2 lands, like this is functional, but it's like still not even that good. So, but this is a hand that is very, very good. Like having these two tempo plays, backing it up with removal, like this, the upside is very high in this hand. Secondly, what can you cast with what you have right now? Like, you have some plays you can make, and the fact that we have two very relevant plays that interact mean even if we miss the island for a turn or two, we'll still be making plays to the board. Um, yeah, and then the third thing is just like how many good draws you have. So like if you just need any land and you're 50-50, then that's good. But if it's like, oh, you specifically need a swamp and you have 5 swamps in your deck, then like mulligan that. So a lot of different things that, yeah, like upside, what can you do with what you have right now? How many good draws do you have? Other considerations include like what the matchup is. Like if you have Spell Pierce against a deck that like has just like all in on like a fast combo, then like maybe you're more inclined to keep. Obviously, in this situation, we don't know what we're playing against, so can't really make any decisions based off that. I guess the last consideration is how explosive your deck needs to be. So if your deck is like needs to get out early, your whole thing is like playing Minsc and Boo on turn 3, then like it's more important to have a clean early hand. This deck is like very good in the late game, so we don't actually need to be ahead early. It's fine if we fall a bit behind, we can catch back up later. With that being said, Infernal Grasp was definitely not a good draw. I guess better than a lot of spells would have been. Alright, big draw here. If we hit Island, we can kill this and play Malcolm. Island. Double blue card, that's a 5-drop. Ooh. I think it is worth it to kill this Talisman. But I hate that we have to just pass with no play. I also hate that we have Snuff Out versus a deck that's probably not playing that many non-black creatures. Okay. Come on, Island. Alright, well, that obviously didn't work. 3 bricks in a row. We have Mox, which would be okay. And then 14 lands, which would be good. So that's 15 cards. And then Oliphant, which would be also really good. So we have 16 live draws out of 30 cards. Good odds, but far from guaranteed. If we have to go to discard, I guess we pitch Snuff Out, maybe. Okay, Time Walk, honestly not too scary here. I mean, it's great. Like, obviously they're very far ahead, but our hand is very good if we can hit some lands. Like, yeah, funny to have this whole discussion of what you want to keep and then keep a hand and get wrecked, but so be it. What you got? True Name Nemesis. That gets around our removal pretty well. Island? Oh, finally. That is a sight for sore eyes. Do we want Preordain or Malcolm? I think I'm going to Malcolm, actually. True Name Nemesis is a little bit scary, but it's not too bad. It just, like, is a fairly slow clock, and we have, Dismember, or Toxic Deluge to deal with it at some point. It's a fairy. Okay. Okay, I'm very happy to see that. Yeah, that's great news. So we'll drop this. Then we can kill our Teferi. I do kind of want to take the Spirit out too. We need to hit lands though, so we're going to start with Preordain. I think so. Brain, yeah, they both see 3 new cards. This is better if we miss. Okay, yeah, we'll keep. I mean, not super sexy, but it's a land. That's what we need. So I'm going to pass, and I guess I'll just main phase, take this out. I don't really want them to counter it and then hit us for 6. Actually, we shouldn't F6. We have Snuff Out. Okay, they play something we can kill with so we go down to 12. It's risky to play Snuff Out because our electrical is getting low. Let's see what we draw. Toxic Deluge, great draw. So let's Brainstorm. Okay. Put back. Hmm. Kind of want to discard Condemn. Let's put this on top. We're not going to play it this turn for sure. Then Teferi. Then we'll go to combat. Really hoping for no counterspell here. Discard Condemn. Play land, play around Daze. And then Toxic Deluge for 2. 2 for 2 here. Please work. Yes. Okay. Solid position now. I mean, I'm not too worried about being at 10 life against their style of deck if they don't have True Name Nemesis in play. End of turn Hull Breacher. I think I'm just going to immediately snuff this out. Don't want to get up to any shenanigans with this card. So down to 6, but again, I think that's fine. And our hand's stacked. I mean, we'll definitely win if they don't do something pretty big here. They don't have any actions. They're drawing a card. Interesting game. We need to decide if we want to play Teferi or Bribery here. It's close. I think I like Teferi a bit more, though, because we can also hold up Get Lost. Karakas is not bad. That means we have Thirst for Discovery up. If they animate the Restless Spire, do we play Get Lost on it? I don't want to. I also don't really want to go to 4. I think I'm going to take 1 hit here. I feel fairly safe at 4. I would not feel as safe at 3. They do also, of course, get Scry, which is not great. But I don't think they're that likely to be playing Char or Fire Blast. They could be playing Fiery Confluence, but that kills us either way. So we're hoping to find Counter Magic off of this, and we can go Bribery into hold up Counter Magic. Okay, just a lot of lands. Not exactly what we wanted, but can't be too upset either, honestly. Alright, plus Teferi again. Remand, that is nice. So I think I do want to hold up Remand and Get Lost, so I'm going to play Basic Swamp. Bribery. Okay, not much here, unfortunately. Yeah, I'll probably cut Bribery in this matchup. They do have some good things. They also have, okay, let's update our screenshot. Their graveyard and stuff too. So they have Time Twister and Wheel of Fortune to pair with Hull Breacher. That's the only, like, combo they have with it. They also do have Mind Twist. Their deck looks good. They have some counter magic with Mana Leak and Memory Lapse. They have Time Walk. Yeah, a lot going on here. Let's take Snapcaster Mage. Flashback Preordain. And now we no longer have up Remand plus Get Lost, but I think that's still fine. We have Snapcaster block, so we probably won't need to get lost. Ooh, more good draws. Wow, very good draws, actually. I think I'm gonna keep them both. I'm gonna put the March actually on top though, because I want to hold up Remand this turn. We could also go for the click, of course, but I think I'm gonna hold off on the click for now. And we can turn the corner pretty quickly now. I mean, Teferi is pretty amazing here. This deck uses it very well with all of our instant speed interaction. This is probably another matchup where we want manlands. Whoa. Oh. That is annoying. Few different options here. Remanding this doesn't do that much. It, like, slows them down a tiny bit. I guess I will remand. Just so they have less mana going into their next turn. But against specifically that, we do definitely wish we had played our Vendilion Click. So now we'll play March of Otherworldly Light to take out there. I think Grim Monolith. It just adds a lot more mana. Oh, what? Okay, so cast this, targeting Grim Monolith, exile this, pay 1. I think this is worth it. We're going to draw a new hand. Like, Get Lost is out of our deck now, but I think taking the Monolith off the board is not irrelevant. We draw a new hand. Pretty good hand. We don't have Force of Negation, unfortunately. Snuff Out, we can't pay 4 life for that. But, yeah, I like that we drew a lot of spells, of course. Now they play something else. What is this? Talisman of Creativity, okay. They have a lot of artifact mana. Into another Talisman, jeez. Okay, still think we're in a great position though. Cathar Commando, interesting. Let's plus. Okay, we're gonna play Cathar Commando, main phase, just so that we can use that mana. Do we want it? I don't think I'm even gonna kill one of their talismans. They can have their mana, it's fine. Hit for 2. I'll get the tar pit into play and pass. If we're terrified about our life total, we can condemn our own creature, but I don't think I'm that terrified. So we have condemn, airtie, reprieve, like lots of action up. Bribery. What is that getting here? I don't think we have anything that's too bad for us. They can get Oliphant. They could get Click. That's kind of it. If they get Click, we're not mad at all because we have Caracas. If they get Oliphant, we have lots of good answers to it, so I think we just let this resolve. Keep in mind, I know that we can like reuse Airtide Resurrected, so we don't need to be too discerning about it, to be honest. Like, I don't want to just play it on nothing and let them, especially because it draws them cards. But like we can take whatever they do back. Okay, so they get Oliphant. No surprise there. We can go for Treachery, which is probably worth it. Okay, pretty happy to be able to just take out this manland. They do scry 1. Let's just block with this. And it's a bit of a waste of mana, but I think I'm just going to untap. Not much use. I mean, we could go for Snuff Out. Maybe I'll go for Snuff Out, I guess. Oh, what? Oh my god, that was such a bad play. Sorry. Ugh. Now we're snuffing out this. I did not. I forgot that this has first strike on their turn, so pretty big misplay. I think we're in a very good position, but that was bad. Lost our Cathar Commando for no reason. Okay, let's plus this again. Threatening to ultimate next turn, which would totally end the game. Treachery. With reprieve up. Yeah, let's reprieve. Like sometimes you can reprieve your own spell, but in this case I definitely want to reprieve theirs. I need this to resolve. Good to know about the memory lapse though. Even if they could stop this somehow, like if they have Force of Will, it's still not the end of the world. We can just Airtie Resurrected the Oliphant in our end step after untapping 2 lands, or try to go for Condemn, but that's a little riskier because they get to untap their mana. Okay, nice. We even draw Elspeth, wow. So we could just jam Elspeth, but then we don't have Airtie Resurrected up. I think we just want to keep Airtie up, so let's just attack. Wait, do we even have, if we just pass, we have Airtie, Caracas, Airtie, right? 4 plus, yeah, that seems great. So not going to play anything. We have lethal damage next turn with our Creeping Tar Pit if we want to also. And like Teferi Ultimate into Brainstorm, so we absolutely win if they don't kill us right now. We're at 4, so it's not impossible that they kill us, but we have pretty good defenses up. But anything that doesn't significantly impact the game, I will not counter. I'm tempted to not even counter this, actually. But I think given that we can bounce Airtie, I will. It's close, but I think I will. Although with that being said, it does also let them draw a card. Right, they had the memory lapse, which we knew about. I mean, so we can brainstorm and then replay Airtie. Do we want to do that? I kind of think we do. Maybe not. I mean, we just win if it works. I think I'm going to go for it. It's close. Okay, they can see. Nice. So Pretty intense game one. Pretty. Why is our clock still going down? Weird. But so they're playing like some sort of weird Grixis combo deck. Let's take a look at their deck list. I do like that. One weird benefit of Bribery is that it lets you see their entire deck. So, all right, lots of broken stuff, honestly. So they have tons of artifact mana, 3 talismans, Mind Stone, and Grim Monolith. I guess their plan is to just like ramp into draw sevens. So that's what we need to be aware of. Them playing draw sevens. Hull Breacher is obviously a big problem. Time Walk is good. They don't have that many actual threats though. They have like Bribery, Treachery, so they're trying to take our threats and then just win with like, True Name Nemesis or Hull Breacher beats. Once again, I will bring in all these lands. So cut black, white, and blue. Do we want to keep... I definitely want Deluge. I think I might even want Damnation. Maybe not, but it's good against their True Name Nemesis. Not that good against the rest of their deck, I guess. Snuff Out seems okay. I guess it's good against Hull Breacher, so we probably should play it. Do we want to make any changes? Definitely want Cathartic Commando. Condemn seems kind of weak. Maybe Condemn is worse than either 17th Land or Jace or Damnation. I think I'll play the Jace. Yeah, close pick, but let's do this. Our counter magic is going to be key in this matchup. Force of Negation is like great against the draw sevens. Okay, this hand looks good. Turn 2 Click. We don't have a third blue card, so we can't play Click with Force of Negation up. Still, I think this is a good hand. Reprieve is a good draw too. We could have held up Reprieve on turn 1, but I think I would rather sequence this land so we can get going on the Click. They're going to play Talisman here, of course. That is like scarier than a Talisman, but I think we still let it resolve. Would love to draw a blue card. Man. I think I'm still going for the Click. Yeah, I'll still go for the Click. I like establishing a threat here. Worth noting that we don't have a Swamp, so Snuff Out is not going to be great. Also, Click plus Toxic Deluge is not exactly a combo, but I like going for this line here. Let's see what you got. Okay, a lot of good stuff. That is quite bad for us. Wow. So definitely the worst thing is Mind Twist. So I think I'm going to take that. I'm sort of surprised they didn't cut Bribery. Drew Island. So they could just jam to Fairy and plus. That's maybe the scariest thing. Then it's bad if we don't draw a black land. Oh, they just go for Bribery. Weird. I'm very happy to see that. They tap their Grim Monolith to do this. Okay. I mean, it could pressure us. We draw Bribery, which sucks. Interesting. Do we have to Toxic Deluge right now? I think I'll take at least one hit. I'm fine. I'm not too worried about my life total in this matchup. And if we draw a Swamp, it's just so much better. Take 6. Hopefully they play their thing and we can reprieve it. They don't do anything. Okay. Swamp. Thirst for Discovery. Terrible draw. Oh, man. Okay, Jeez. I'm going to play main phase. So I'll just concede a Faith Hull Breacher, of course, with this line. But if we find a Swamp... Okay, thank God. So we can discard 2 cards. Let's discard Bribery and Toxic Deluge. Then we'll play our Swamp. Go to combat, swing for 3. And then their upkeep, go for Snuff Out. Thirst for Discovery was clutch there. Maybe we should have kept the Bribery so that we could have, what is this? Oh, sure. Maybe we should have kept the Bribery so we could have an extra blue card to pitch to Force, because I don't want to have to pitch this Mana Drain, but right now we do have to pitch it. We could have, but the thing is, all my other cards are great. Maybe we were supposed to ditch Reprieve, though. Basically, yeah, we could have, that it ends up coming down to Reprieve versus Mana Drain. and Mana Drain would be better. I think it is worth playing Treachery here. It slows them down a lot. Now they can't play their Teferi. Airtime Resurrected is a nice draw. They're at 13. They're pretty low, actually. Especially when we have Creeping Tar Pit in play. So I think we do just go for Airtime Resurrected rather than Reprieve. It lets them draw a card, which is not good. But I still think it's worth it to do this and get the body on the board. Mana Leak. Fair enough. That's kind of bad, but it's not the worst. That's their last card. If they make a dude, we can kill the Teferi. If they plus or zero, which is basically plus, then we can Creeping Tar Pit to kill it, which I think is probably worth it. I want to take that thing off the board. Yeah, they get to draw another, or put another counter on, but it still doesn't matter. I really wanted to draw land there, but this is fine. We could also, there's an argument to going at their face and putting them to 4. I think I'm still going to go with the Teferi. It's close, but if they can deal with one of our creatures, then we're just in a terrible position that way, and now we're like still quite ahead. Yep. Yep. Key moment. Do they have a draw 7? True Name Nemesis. Okay, that is scary. We can probably race though, especially if we draw land. No land. Okay. I think I would rather hold up Cathar Commando plus Reprieve here. It's close. I mean, hitting for 3 is obviously good when they're at this low life total, but Cathar Commando also adds 3 power to the board, and holding up Reprieve stops them from doing a lot of stuff that would be scary. We have lethal next turn either way. Okay, I will Reprieve this just because I want to cycle Reprieve. Actually, no, we don't Reprieve this. We just win now, right? Let this resolve, play this, killed it. Yeah, that's game. So in a turn, Infernal Grasp, kill your Jace. We go to 3, which means we're dead in 1 turn to this True Name Nemesis, but luckily we have exactly what we need to stop that. Or to kill them before they kill us. And yeah, we wouldn't have had land, so if we had not gone for, yeah, we had to play the Infernal Grasp end of turn there, which means if we played Reprieve, we actually would have lost, funnily enough, but we instead are able to take it down and move to 2-0, and I will see you in the finals as we pursue what I believe is, yeah, trophy number 11. Almost onto the leaderboard. Hopefully we can end up somewhere in the middle, although it does end in 3 days. See you there. All right, Lurrus for the finals. That's exciting. We'll keep this. Not the best hand, but we have 2 lands. It's like a little clunky because the lands are tapped. I am very tempted to force this, actually. Yeah, I actually think I'm going to play Force of Negation here. Weird to do, but it slows them down a lot, probably. Yeah, it's like turning it into card disadvantage for us instead of card disadvantage for them. But I think that's still worth it with a clunky hand like this. Interesting decision for sure. But yeah, now they just pass and do nothing, which is so much better, of course. Okay, Creeping Tar Pit into play. Could have played land for Cycle Oliphant, but I think that I'd rather just sequence this. See what they do. Blue Lurrus is interesting. Reckoner Bakebuster is decent, but not terrifying. Let's Cycle Oliphant, grab a Triome, and just play that. Like, I guess, so I went for the Force of Negation line because I was worried about, because I was thinking it would not be hard to outgrind them, but they look different than I was expecting. If they're like a heavy blue deck with a lot of card draw and like Reckoner Bakebuster stuff, we could end up getting a little bit punished for like the card disadvantage that we're walking into there. Okay, I was considering playing March on this, but with a Reprieve draw, we don't want to do that. So let's start with Preordain, and then hold up Reprieve. Weird. We're just going to lose this. I think I'm actually bottoming both of these. Neither of them are terrible, but I think I want to find some action here. As in, like, Teferi or Elspeth or something like that. Bribery is not going to be great when all their creatures cost 2. This Reckoner Bakebuster is going to get them a ton of value, so we're going to be just way behind on cards. I will Reprieve this. Their mana situation is a bit awkward, so this slows them down a reasonable amount. Sure. Hmm. Not great. We're definitely getting just outgrinded here. So now we can either take out their Bank Buster or start swinging for 3. Honestly, I'm going to hit them for 3. It's not exciting, but I think this is the right play. Well, we're pretty behind here. They've gotten, like, regular Bank Buster is going to be a 3 for 1, or like even a 4 for 1. Force of Negation was a 2 for 1. We haven't done anything to offset the card disadvantage so far. Yep. Then they play their Harvester, yep. Do we want to steal their Harvester? I think I will Treachery it. It's not super exciting, but I think that's worth it. Man, drawing land there is not good. Then we need to decide if we want to March of Otherworldly Light, the pilot. Seems pretty bad, though. I don't think we do. We're just hoping to cheese them out with some Creeping Tar Pit hits, honestly. If they don't have an answer, I mean, this will kill them eventually, but it's not a good plan, but it's kind of the only plan we have. They want to crew and hit us with the Bank Buster. I think that's fine. We can swing back for 6. We could also, ooh, spicy line. We might get lost our own card and then try to use the map tokens to make our Creeping Tar Pit bigger. That could be pretty solid. Taking 4 here. Bank Buster's great. I mean, they put a lot of mana into it, of course, but it's drawn them 3 cards and now it's just swinging for 4. It also made a treasure token and a pilot token. This does a lot of stuff. Phantasmal Image copying. Okay. So I don't think I care too much about the Harvester. Dark Confidant, I actually want them to have that. I think I'm trying to just burn them out, basically. Brainstorm. Okay, let's start with that. Hopefully find some action. Not exactly. So we have a few options here. Let's go Island Deluge. We're just going to attack with Tar Pit and then leave this back to block. I guess they're not going to hit something expensive with Dark Confidant, but even just hitting a 2-drop could be relevant. Uh-oh. If they have a kill spell, I will probably concede, honestly. You know we're drawing Toxic Deluge. Maybe we don't need to concede, but it's definitely looking bad. Oh, brother. Okay. So this happens. Terrible position. They're gonna hopefully flip like a 3-drop. I don't know what they even have in their deck. They hit Snapcaster Mage. Man, their deck is sweet. Not a traditional Lurrus deck, but very good. So Grixis Lurrus, they have like some cheap threats that draw a card and generate value and also pressure us. And then some like good Grixis removal to back it up. I think we will bring in Damnation. Jace is maybe good. Bribery is not good. Do we want to take out this Get Lost here? I think I actually do. Or actually, I'll Get Lost to take this out. It's obviously, man, this Bank Buster drew 3 cards, hit for some damage. Now taking 2 more cards out of our hand. Very, very good exchange for them, and I think we will lose this game, but it's not over. We can kill this, then we're going to take 5 down to 11. We can Deluge plus Vendilion Clique. Then unfortunately we have an island under that, I think. Chromatic Star is pretty sweet with Lurrus. Hopefully they put Lurrus into their hand and then play Lurrus. 4 mana. Not many 4-mana cards in Lurrus decks. They could be playing Walking Ballista. They grab Lurrus. Hopefully they play it. So yeah, so they can play Lurrus and then replay Star. So they get some. They still get some value here, but we get to at least take out their Lurrus, which is a big deal. And then we have a plan to victory. Like if they flood, they still have these 2 blood tokens though, so it's pretty hard for them to flood. But we get to deal with all these stuff. So land, Toxic Deluge paying 2 life. And I'm going to main phase this Vendilion Clique, because I probably want to take Snapcaster Mage. I don't want to let them snap Fire Covenant. But if they have Snapcaster Mage and some other good cards, it'll be rough, especially with us having a basic on top. Yeah, I think I can concede to this. Like, you take Snapcaster, they reanimate something. Yeah, we're dead. Right? Well, maybe reanimate hurts their life total enough that it's fine. I think I am going to take the snap. They can also from the Catacombs. Maybe, but then we can win the Monarch game potentially. Yeah, I think Snapcaster Mage is the scariest card, but all of these cards are scary. If they reanimate the Lurrus, they go to 5. We don't have any burn spells, unfortunately. It seems tough, but it's not impossible. They draw Swamp, so they can. That means they can from the Catacombs without even. Well, actually, either way, they could have done it. But if they bring back Lurrus and then play like, oh, they top deck Fire. Oh wow. Well, that's like absolute worst case scenario. I'll definitely concede to that. Okay, so we fall in game 1 in the finals to Grixis Lurrus. Their deck looks really cool. I think I do want Damnation. I don't want Bribery. I don't really want Treachery. It's okay. I think it's kind of clunky though. I think I'd rather have Jace. I don't think we want the Manlands here. It could be okay. Like in that game, actually, it would have been kind of good. But I think in general, we're a control deck. We're not trying to like tempo them out. And I think we can go 16 lands. We cut 2 5-drops, lower the curves. I don't think we need to bring in the land. Although, maybe we should bring in another Black Source since we brought in Damnation. That probably would have been better. Cut an island for a swamp. Okay, we can keep this. It's not super exciting, but it's playable. Let's just hold up Remand on turn 1. Might not be relevant, but they could have like Black Lotus. And we have enough lands that I think we'll not have a hard time finding a window to get a tap land here. Not going to counter that. We might just want to get a black-white land, actually. We're not playing any red mana lands. Yeah, we have no need for red mana. So, alright, I'm still going to play Seagram Coast, though. Well, yeah, I'm going to play Seagram Coast. It doesn't mean we can't play Damnation next turn, but I think it's very, very unlikely we need to do that. I like the Chromatic Stars in the format. I think it's a cool addition. Okay, they crack the star. Sure. Then play like Dark Confidant. Deep Cavern Bat. Okay, I will remand this. If they don't have another Black Source, that could actually mess them up. Man, did not need to draw another land there. Yeah, we need to find Teferi or some action. If they play the bat, do we counter this? I honestly don't think so. It does give them information, which is bad, but if they take the leak, then we can just wait for them to play another thing and sweep their board. And if they take the sweeper, we can just take some hits from this bat and hold up leak for their next thing, and then down the road we'll deal with this and get back our Damnation. But they do see that our hand kind of sucks. They take the Damnation, fair enough. I will crack this. It's worse if we draw exactly Brainstorm, but I really just don't want to draw any more lands. I think we can just get Watery Grave, actually, instead of Scrubland. Yeah, that seems fine. That is a beautiful draw. Okay. Swamp go. Honestly, I think I want to main phase this. Like, it's essential that this resolves. Discard basic land. Pass with Mana Leak up. And now we're in a great spot. If we get to play Teferi on top 2 lands and hold up Mana Leak, looking good. Thirst for Discovery was a great draw there. If they just pass with all their mana up, do we want to gem still? Maybe not. Bloodtithe Harvester. Interesting spot. I think I'm gonna let this resolve. I don't care about the Harvester that much. It's a 3-2, whatever. And then I actually think what I'm leaning towards is playing Elspeth first. Oh, if they tap out, that would be great. Okay, I will leak this for sure. Bankbuster is much scarier than Bloodtithe Harvester. And then we decide which one of our things is better to play. They're both really good. I think Elspeth is better. Unless we draw something that makes us want to hold up mana, but okay. Karakas, not a bad draw either. Let's play it and just slam Elspeth. So now they need to deal with this Elspeth pretty quickly. We don't know exactly how many removal spells they have for it. They can't play Airtie Resurrected, but they could just have like, I mean, they could kill it with Burn. They could also have like Pylon or whatever that black Convoke card is. But even if they kill the Elspeth and then we resolve Teferi, that's a pretty good position for us. I realized in that first game they just completely outgrinded us and they had like a million resources and we had none. But that is not how this game will typically go. I don't know exactly. We might have walked into that with misusing Force of Negation or something. I'm not sure. But we should be able to win the long game against them. Like we're much more set up for that. In general, like if the game goes long, the deck with a higher mana curve will usually win. Obviously there's major caveats to that, but that's like generally a good heuristic, and we certainly have the higher mana curve than the Lurrus deck. If they have Fire Covenant, they can kill all of our soldiers and then hit our Elspeth down to 1, but they still can't kill the Elspeth. Another island, okay. Hopefully they're grabbing Lurrus. Yeah, that is beatable. Into Bob, sure. So Elspeth is going to take 1. Oliphant's interesting. Let's, we're plussing this no matter what. We'll play Teferi. Plus, there's some argument to minusing, but I think we want to plus here. Airtie Resurrected, great draw. Especially with Karakas up. Alright, they flip an island. Pretty nice value for that Dark Confidant, but still, I mean, we have 2 Planeswalkers in play. We will win the long game for sure. I think they're mistapping and they're gonna retap to play Lurrus. Unless they have Fire Covenant. Do we want Airtie Resurrected to kill Lurrus? I don't care that much about their Lurrus. Yeah, this I do care about. Hopefully they don't have a counterspell. If they don't have a counterspell, I think we basically just win. If they do have a counterspell, they can kill one of our Planeswalkers and we need to win with the other one. They don't have it yet, so they're digging. Please work, Airtie. They found it. Mana Leak. That is tragic. Really, really bad. Now we're way behind. They should probably kill... I actually don't know which one they should kill. Very close. Both have 5 loyalty. They're going for Elspeth. I think I'm actually happy about that. Maybe not. But I do like that we have Teferi for sure. I think we can do some good stuff with him. We could tuck this and play the sweeper. I don't think that's worth it though. Yeah, let's plus. Man, those were 2 massive bricks. Cycle Rog and Triome. That is not a brick. Wow. So do we want to cycle this Oliphant? I guess we don't need to do it main phase. We can decide later, but let's play the Deluge for 2. They have Lurrus, so they can rebuild fairly well, but we have Teferi, so I think we do win the long game, unless they can deal with this in some way. We have one mountain left in the deck. Do we want to cycle Oliphant or hold this in case we can draw the mountain? Because I would like to just cast this. It's a big creature. I guess it doesn't matter too much. Unless, well, it's like, okay, do we want to draw Volcanic Island? Is that an above average draw or not? Maybe it's not. Like, yeah, it gives us a 6/4. I don't think we care about that too much, though. I think I'd rather just keep on drawing value. Okay, Voidwalker. I'm going to cycle this Oliphant response. Making sure we have not gone through Volcanic Island. Yeah, we haven't. So, what do we have for win conditions? We're kind of light on that. I mean, like Malcolm, Cathar Commando, we like Creeping Tar Pit. It will be a little bit tough, though. We're definitely pretty light on win conditions outside of our Elspeth. Maybe that means we're not supposed to cycle the Oliphant. I'm not sure. Jace, okay, let's draw. Could also tuck. I think I prefer to draw, though. Mana Drain, good draw. So now the question becomes, do we sweep the board? I think I actually will. Not 100% sure on this, but I think I like this plan. And then just holding up Mana Drain for their Lurrus. I was saving this to deal with their Lurrus, but now we don't need to worry about that. So if they play it down to the wire, it could be tough to kill them. I'm kind of hoping they just get to a point where they concede if we ultimate Teferi. But we should actually be able to win. Yeah, we have 16 cards still. Okay, there we go. Surprising that they conceded there. I mean, they know about Caracas, but if they just like play Lurrus into, I don't know, maybe that's the thing. They don't have any like Lurrus into Reckoner Bankbuster. It just doesn't do that much here. So we take down game 2. That's pretty nice. We're on the draw for game 3. I don't think I want the Manlands, even though I was fretting a little bit about win conditions there. But they weren't like gonna make us really grind for it. I like all the removal. I think I like the J still. Definitely want these top end. We need some Planeswalkers. Thirst for Discovery, like single-handedly won us that game. Treachery is maybe okay. It's like good against Voidwalker, but it's 5 mana and it's trying to trade with a 2 mana card. I think that's not worth it, especially on the draw. Alright, for all the marbles. For trophy number 11, let's go. Let's take down Exalted One. Hopefully we can start with a keepable 7. Being on the draw is a disadvantage, but it's less of a disadvantage in this matchup than it is in most Lurrus matchups, because they're not actually that aggressive. Moderately aggressive, but not that aggressive. Okay, so we cannot get a black source for this, unfortunately, and our only white source is tapped, so we need to decide if we want to, just how we want to proceed, basically, if we want to, like, try to play Jace on turn 2 or not. Damnation, man, I really wish we could get a black source for this Oliphant. Hopefully they pass. Dark Confidant, that's quite bad. I think against that we need to get a white source pretty badly. So I'm going to take this. They're going to get 1 draw off of it. I'm not going to play the Jace this turn. Then we can take this out with March on turn 3. Interesting. Do we want to play that now? I think I'm just going to start with Rog and try and pass. It's not great that they get to draw a card off this. This is like a bad start for us for sure. They even draw Swamp. Some sweet value for them. So if they play another creature, we could try to get them with Toxic Deluge, which would be nice. Take 2, it's fine. They grab Lurrus, interesting. Okay, so do we want to Brainstorm here? I think not. I think not. I'm just going to untap. Ooh. I don't love just letting them keep this Dark Confidant going. But I really want to get black mana into play. Yeah, I think it's worth it to do that, as awkward as it is. do this and pass, they're going to get to draw another card off the Bob. Go up to 9 cards in hand. It's another basic swamp, too bad. We need to kill this Bob soon. Like, the fact that they just got 2 free cards off of it is obviously great for them. Like, 4 damage, 2 cards, they take no damage, and we're still going to have to deal with it. We'll see if they played Lurrus. I'd be a little surprised if they just jam it here. Reckoner Bankbuster is bad. Yeah, we're very behind here. Jeez. Okay, let's brainstorm. Some good draws there. Some bad draws too. Let's see. A lot of options. Basically, the first question is, do we want to take out Bob or Bankbuster or neither? I think I want to take out Bankbuster because Bob is easier to deal with our other stuff. So let's put back Snuff Out, Island, then crack this for black-white, and march the Bankbuster. And I'm going to flip the Jace too. They're going to draw a card in response. I actually like my hand. I don't really want to discard any of these. Yeah, they draw a card. Yet another piece of card advantage for them. But we get to flip a Planeswalker. They'll still have Dark Confidant in play. I kind of want to just draw like a random land or something bad. Ah, that sucks. That's so bad. Man. Okay. Now we're in a bad position for sure. It's definitely not over. I mean, our hand is kind of stacked. 2 sweepers plus 2 planeswalkers. But, oh, they hit a 5-drop. That's good. All of a sudden they're down to, they went from 20 to 11 real quick. They can bring back our Oliphant if they want to. That'd be kind of funny. Looks like they're not going for that. Or maybe they are. I don't know. Oh my god. That sucks. Literally hitting both of our planeswalkers. Wow. Okay. Well, change of plans. Now we are on the kill them with tar pit plan. And I think that plan is unlikely to work, but it's not impossible. They don't have another black mana, so they can't play Lurrus this turn, which is great. We can put them down to 8 and then hope that they hit another expensive thing. If they kill this, I will concede. They don't have red mana, that's pretty relevant. Alright, land go. Hopefully they flip something expensive. I think they're debating whether they want to kill their own Dark Confidant. But no, most things they could kill, they would have just killed a tar pit, so they probably don't have a removal spell. Dang, they hit another swamp. 4 draws for only 5 total converted mana cost. I mean, their average cost is certainly low, but still, that's pretty unlucky. If they play Lurrus, we will take a turn off to sweep the board. If they play From the Catacombs, we will also take a turn off to sweep the board. Actually, maybe not. If they play From the Catacombs, I might still just attack them. Well, we're actually getting low too. So they hit us to 11, we hit them to 5, they presumably don't die to their Bob, and then they hit us back for what? 10? So we would be going to 1 on board. Actually more, because they would take the initiative. No, we would take the initiative back though. So yeah, I think I actually will maybe even attack if they bring back Oliphant. Again, just to make sure, so we go to 11, they go to 5, they flip a card. We each have the initiative, but yeah, they don't get counters before combat. Then they attack us back with Bob for 4 and Oliphant for 6, so that puts us to 1. And then in theory, we could hit them again with Creeping Tar Pit, and then we're just hoping that the Dark Confidant deals them 2 damage over 2 reveals. That seems like a fine plan. Of course, we could draw cards that would help here. But yeah, then taking the initiative doesn't actually matter. Oh wait, they get a mountain. That does matter a lot. I forgot that they didn't have red source. Yeah, that is bad. So now we need to decide what is our game plan. So they have 8 cards in hand. So they will win the long game for sure. So I don't think playing this control game is great. The problem is I just don't think they didn't play a red source. Okay, so man. Good chance they just have Fire Ice, in which case we're dead. We're 1 mana short of Creeping Tar Pit plus Deluge. So we could sweep the board, but then I think we just don't really have a path to victory. They get to keep the Undercity. Yeah, I think I'm going to just go for this attack. Very unlikely to work, especially because they could have, like, any burn spell kills us here. But this, we have a plan. Like, this gives us a path to victory, rather than just, like, dawdling around and delaying the inevitable. So they go to 5. And then if they don't have a burn spell, and they don't have a removal spell for this Creeping Tar Pit, there's a very good chance we'll be able to kill them. Does not really matter here. Pass turn. Flip a 5-drop. Deep Cavern Bat. Okay, so, I mean, we win now if they don't have a burn spell. They have a mountain, and they have 9 cards in their hand. But we win if they don't have a burn spell or a way to kill the Tar Pit at instant speed. Man, what a crazy game. They play Island? What? There's so much that killed me here. That is not one of them, though. Why do they play Island? That does not make sense. So far, Dark Confidant has dealt them 7, Snuff Out dealt them 4, and Tar Pit has dealt them 6. Man, crazy situation. We really about to go to 1. Okay. They didn't play a mountain, so they don't have mana for Fire Ice. They could have, yeah, they get the initiative, so they get to put 2 counters on something. Or scry 2. But they don't get to trap. Trap would kill us for sure. They scry 2. Alright, I don't even know what they're looking for. I mean, maybe they have some card draw in their hand. They don't have any card draw that we know about. They're holding Lurrus and Mountain, and then I think that's it for known cards. Bottom, that's good. Please pass, or just like play some dumb creature. Crow Mox, no. Oh no, they're gonna pitch a red card now that overcome their blunder of not playing. Yeah, Fire Ice. Oh no, they pitched Lurrus. Weird. Okay. Take our draw. Force of Negation is a great draw. Wow. Okay. I think this should just win. Wow. Getting the trophy at 1 life, putting the opponent to exactly 0. Take 3. Come on, Creeping Tar Pit. Come on, Creeping Tar Pit. There's, oh, what do you have? I'm so scared. Snapcaster Mage. That doesn't do it. Right, this is black. Yeah, this resolves. They don't have any way to gain life. If they snuff out their own creature, that doesn't do it. Man, Creeping Tar Pit, MVP. Jeez, that is wild. So, okay, my little brag, we had to play very precisely to win that game. If we had started attacking with Tar Pit 1 turn later, we would obviously have lost. So it really came down to the wire. This card is very good. This is why I love Creeping Tar Pit. It, like, will win the game. Or, like, at least put a clock on the opponent. And, yeah, I mean, they Hemmed Torok, took out all of our top end, and we got there just on the back of Tar Pit. That was an insane match, and just a great league. And, I mean, yeah, good result, trophy. This deck was great, as per control. The mana base was okay, would have been a little bit better. Like, having Oliphant, and just, like, it getting, like, basically just an island or a tile, I don't know. There were some issues with the mana base, for sure. But, the deck was really sweet. I like that we got to side in the Manland plan for 1 game. Damnation was good sometimes, Jace was good. Yeah, they paid 4 life to kill this Jace. Might be regretting that now. Yeah, just a great league all around. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.